Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma, and today we're meeting in the backyard and we're gonna just do a little bit of end of summer cleanup. We had a couple of really good downpours over the weekend and a bunch of things got kind of smashed and broken. So I made a beautiful cut flower arrangement out of sunflowers and gladiolas that got broken. And now I really need to clean up this oregano that's in the butterfly garden. So this circle garden here that is all pollinator friendly. And as you can see, the autumn joy sedum is starting to color up for the autumn. And we have a little bit of saffron flower in here. And then we have this massive amount of oregano that the bees, oh my gosh, they just love it so much. And it's just absolutely loaded. It's a little bit early in the morning, and I want to get out here before the bee activity is like super heavy. I see some hanging out over there. There's some big gusts of wind, so hopefully that doesn't mess up the audio too terribly much. I'm really just going to clean this area up. It will have a little bit of time to maybe flower some more. I'm going to leave some of the interior flowers on, I hope, but definitely get it out of the garden where it's leaning and laying down everywhere. You can see all the way around. It is just kind of crazy. I'm going to get it away from this guara and let it kind of shine. And of course, there's some weeds and stuff in here that I'd like to address. So that's what we're working on today. And I'm also going to take down this stand of crocosmia. I'll pop over here so you could see. But it is done blooming. It's just gone to its seed heads, which we can save a few of those for dried flower arrangements, but I have them kind of all over the house or all over the garden. So I really just want to like get rid of that just so this whole area is clean. I'm also going to do something with these little containers with the fuchsia in it and the creeping Jenny. These are, you can't even get to them anymore. They're little tiny containers. You can see this little container right here. There's 3 of them full of the creeping Jenny. Obviously has escaped and become this ground cover. We really love it as a ground cover. I kind of want to just cut all the vines that are still in the pots, pull the pots out of here, and maybe move it to another part of the garden and let this happen again. Maybe even just like right around the corner here and let this whole area, this whole space become a bed of the creeping Jenny. It's such a bright, fun, just spot of color. It is evergreen, it doesn't look quite as lush and beautiful in the winter, but it does last all winter long. So yeah, let's just get after this oregano. Sorry, bumbles. I don't even see any of them in here. I just saw one fly over here. There's a few over there. They're fat and happy. Well, that was a quick and easy job. I didn't go like really deep in, you know, cleanup. It was just like everything's looking a little tired and I just wanted it to look clean. So I'll turn the camera around, show you what I did, and I'm really happy with it. It just looks so much cleaner and happier, and there's still plenty of blooms for the bees. And as a matter of fact, there's a whole bunch of little pollinators on it now, and just those few minutes that it took me to cut back the older blooms. So you can see that you can now see all around the butterfly garden. Now we have like a little fence line that is a little too weak. It's made out of plastic to hold all of those large oregano blooms. So you can now see where the bed originally was designed to be. And I didn't touch the sedums. I'm just gonna let them be, even though they are a little heavy and splayed out. We're gonna be dividing this in the fall. So we'll reduce the amount of sedum that are in this bed and we'll move the excess to another place. But I'm just gonna let them, you know, go dormant as they naturally would, or let the seed heads fully develop and all that fun stuff. I might even grab a few for dried flower arrangements, but not today. I did clean up all the weeds and excess oregano over here and staked up these saffron flowers. I have no idea why they grew such a long woody stalk to get over here instead of just going straight up. They would have had plenty of sun if they would have gone straight up. Anyway, so I just brought out this like little cage and propped them up so that they can live there for a little while. There's a little calendula down in the middle. Cleared the oregano away from this guara so it can grow. It has been blooming, but I think it would get a little bit bigger if it had a little bit more room. Again, the oregano was all out here, so just cut it back. You could see all the like blunt stems there. I don't really care about that. This fall, this whole bed is going to get completely ripped out and remade. We really love the pollinator garden right here. Our living room window is right there. We get to watch all the activity. It's super fun. You could see all the bees coming and the pollinators coming. There's hoverflies and bumblebees and you know, I don't know what else all is in here. There's honeybees there. It looks like maybe I can't tell what that little tiny thing is. Anyway, yeah, so we will keep some oregano in here because they clearly love it, but I think I'm going to do a sunken pot for the oregano and just keep a little bit better eye on it and not let it escape and take over the whole bed, because there are some other pollinator flowers that I would like to grow in here, but the oregano just kind of takes over every time. So just a little bit better division. I have a little bit of a different design concept that I want to play with and expand out the circle just a little more. And then I cut down the crocosmia that was done and moved that trio of pots. I just cut all of the vines that were growing down into the soil. I just cut them up here and let those vines stay in the soil. They're rooted in all over the place in here. And like not entirely, but they're little air roots. And then, you know, I'm tugging and it's not pulling out. So there is roots all throughout here. I think it'll be just perfectly fine. And then maybe it will just like continue to do the same thing, and we'll get more, like more of a pocket. Like this whole bed could maybe just be this creeping Jenny. And then we do have a fuchsia. It's blooming in here. And then because the crocosmia was like on top of this rhododendron, it's struggling with a couple of things. It has like a little bit of a leaf curl going on here. It has some earwig damage, and this branch was like really curled that direction. So I just grabbed a forked twig and stuck it in there and just kind of propped it so that it can start growing this way instead of that way, and just have a little bit better of a shape. And then I did use some Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew on it, just to like take care of anything that's kind of bugging it. I do have thrips in the garden this year. I don't know if this actually takes care of earwig or not, but and we also have quite a few moths and stuff. So anyways, I'm just trying to help it along. It looks like it's struggling a little bit, so I'll also toss on some plant tone and give it some slow release fertilizer, and I think she'll be fine. I just need to be a little bit more careful about getting the crocosmia off of there earlier in the season, so it's not like struggling as much. So that is it. That's what we're doing. That's what we did today. Let me show you the container full of oregano that we got rid of. So we're out here by the compost bin. You can see the big clump of crocosmia that we cut back, and then I completely filled this gorilla cart up with oregano. And then we'll also incorporate that into the bin. This gorilla cart is super awesome because it turns so easy, holds a ton of debris, and it just lifts up like this. So easy to deal with. Ugh. There we go. All right, easy peasy. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you were inspired just to do a tiny bit of cleanup. You don't have to go all, like every single thing has to be completely taken care of. Sometimes it just makes a world of difference just to do a little bit of cleanup. And it just makes me so happy to just see it all clean, and I could see like what is going on and make a plan for the next step, which is when the oregano really has completely declined after a frost or a lot of rain. Finally they turn, because we get frost so late in the year, it's usually rain that ruins them first, and they turn like brown and mushy. Once that starts happening, we cut it all out, and then I can start digging things up and dividing them and just rejuvenating that area. You might be wondering why I'm just getting rid of all that oregano. It's because I have oregano in my medicine garden that I harvest for tea, for cooking, whatever else I might want to use it for. This oregano is specifically for the pollinators, so that I don't have to think about it. When it's time to cut it, I just cut it and I don't have to think about it. It's great in the compost. It gives the compost a ton of really good nutrition, so that once it's like, you know, all the way decomposed into actual compost to use, it feeds my plants. So it's a win-win. Don't get like upset that I'm tossing all the oregano, because I'm not actually just like bagging it up and throwing it in a landfill. It is getting used, it is getting repurposed, just in a different way. So I hope that you're celebrating your life and you're having a great end to your summer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.